Hi, this is Ram Kumar and welcome to Essential Bollywood Vocabulary. So, these are some words which are not covered under any categories. These are general words, and this is going to be uh, three sessions. So, this is session one. Then we are going to have session two and session three because there are a lot of words that occur in Bollywood movies that you need to know, and they are not in Hindi. So there are like 200 words that I'm going to cover, roughly 100 to 200, and so we need it in three episodes. So the first word is ilzam. So when you put an ilzam or some on someone, you make a kind of reproach or you accuse him of something. In Hindi, it is called lalchan. So to put a lalchan or an ilzam or somebody is to accuse them. Then there is this word gadi, which I think comes from Urdu. In Hindi, a two-wheeler is called dopaiya, and a four-wheeler is called a charpaiya, and a train is called a lohapat gamini. So the word gadi, I think, is of foreign origin. So that's the word gadi. Typically, people don't use charpaiya or dopaiya. People use the word gadi. So it has become a Hindi word, I should say. And then there is this word called chhed uh, in Hindi, which is eve teasing, and in Urdu that is called badsaluk. So किसी को बदसलूक करना means to do an eve teasing or to tease someone or act in a way that's not good. So that is eve teasing. Then we come to a word called sharbat. So this word sharbat was, I think, introduced by the Mughals. They used to carry off ice from the mountains and bury them with salt deep inside the ground, and during the summer season they will take the ice out and they will make sharbat. In fact, one of the top selling brands of India those days seems to be Rooh Afza. It's still around, called Rooh Afza. So they would add rose petals and flavor in addition to ice. So ice making was not there. So they would just take the ice from a mountain and bury it under the sand in salt. So that's where the word sharbat comes from. Uh, so sharbat actually means a juice in which ice is added, and in Hindi it is called thandak. So that's the Hindi version of sharbat. Then we come to the word aina. Aina actually means a mirror, and in Hindi that is called darpan. So people will often say, कभी आईने में अपना सूरत देखा है, or have you seen your face in the mirror, right? Typically this is an insult used by women towards men who they think are not capable of wooing or courtship. कभी आईने में अपना सूरत देखा है, that means you are not so good looking, right? So yeah, it's a bit harsh, and but this is not Twitter, right? So that's the way the penny turns, or that's the way the penny falls. Then we come to the word itr. Itr actually means a perfume, and that civilization of Urdu and the related civilization was very good with fragrances. So they call it itr, and itr occurs in all their songs. Uh, Typically, itr is not a deodorant or a spray on. Typically, itr is sold in small bottles. They are like this big, right? So you can see the distance between my finger, right? They are this big and they have some form of wood inside them, and you take the wood and you apply just a small drop on your wrist, and that's all you need, right? So those are very powerful and very small. They are this big, right? So they are not this big deodorant. They are just this. So itra, and in Hindi it is called sugandh. So that is the Hindi version of the word sugandh. Typically, itra is manufactured, whereas sugandh can be of a natural thing or something that occurs in nature. And then there is something called nazuk, right? So nazuk actually means fragile. In Hindi, you can call it patla, or that's what you call in Hindi. So nazuk is something that is fragile. So you can tell that मेरा दिल बहुत नाजुक है. That is my heart is very fragile. और इसके हाथ बड़े नाजुक है. His hands are very soft and fragile. So that is the word nazuk. Then there is this word called barik. Barik means to see in a very very detailed level, right? So what people say, I mean, the oft mistaken English word is perusal, right? People say peruse to means to skim, but actually perusal means to look at detail about something. So the word barik, or seeing something with bariki, or in Hindi they would say dhyan, is to be extra careful about the details when you are going through the matter. So you would say that to a detective, bariki se chhanbeen karna, right? So take care that you attend to all the details while you are doing your detective story, right? And then we come to the word mehnat. Mehnat is the word mehnat actually means work, and in Hindi it is shram. And a person who is mehnati is a person who is a hard worker, or just a worker, but typically a very hard worker. Then there's this word called ilm. Ilm actually means a region, or in Hindi a jaga or a place. You can ask what ilm you are from. So that is the word ilm. Then this famous word called wajud, which actually means identity or पहचान. So हम तेरे बिन कहीं रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा. So that's where the word wajud was injected into Bollywood, and it stands for identity. And now you see a lot of songs using that word wajud, right? So I had to call up my person who knows these words to ask him what does it exactly mean. And there are multiple ways things are interpreted. So wajud actually means identity, and what he is singing is there's nothing in my identity except for you, right? So some people give birth to a child, and they lose their wajud and they become the mummy of that child, right? So you say that मैं कपिल की अम्मा हूँ और मैं जनवर्षिनी की अम्मा हूँ. So you don't have a wajud. Your wajud is your child. So that's the meaning of the word wajud, right? Such a deep word. And in that song, that guy, I think, is an alcoholic, right? So he's lost his life. So she gives him the life, and that's why he says that she is his wajud. Then the other word is lifafa. So lifafa in Hindi is called khat, and in English it is called a letter, and that's the word lifafa. I think in those days, I don't know whether I'm even pronouncing it right in English. It is called epistle or epistle or something of that sort, and there are something called epistolary matters and so on in before the Enlightenment, I guess. So yeah, so epistle, letter is called as a lifafa. And there is this word called labz. Labz is actually the lips or hont in Hindi. So labz के अंदर रहना means to not reveal anything from your mouth. So being quiet or chupchap, right? So that's labz. Labz means your lips, right? So I'm going to tell you a small joke. I heard it somewhere. So this person goes to his daughter and says, when you are young, you used to call me Papa, but now you are old, you call me Daddy. And she replies that that's because I don't want to spoil my lipstick. And the person doesn't understand. But if you think about it, when you say Pa, your lips come close, and there's a chance that your lipstick will spread. But when you say Daddy, the lips don't get close. So I hope that's a good joke, and hope you enjoyed that. I don't have a laughter track, but that is a very very intelligent joke according to me. And then there is this word that became popular. It is called tashan, or style, a style of a person. Somebody showing you his tashan is showing you his style. Then we come to the word ravana. To ravana is to begin your profession, or as they say in English, is to become chalu, or start, or padharna, or now that is called ravana hona. So the kings and queens which we discussed, they often ravana ho jate hain. They often start on the journey. So that's called ravana hona. Then there is this word called harkat. It's a very neutral word. It means karya in Hindi, or karam in Hindi, or action in Hindi. So action in English. Sorry, action in English. Okay. So coming to the world of theatre, there is something called adakar, who is an actor, and there is adakari, who is an actress. So these two are related to drama, and those are the hero and heroine of the movies. So adakara and adakari is acting. So these are two words, and those adakar and adakaris do some harkat, or they do some actions, and we have to see and understand what this harkat is about. And then we come to another word called Jumma. Jumma is Friday, and that is considered a day where they go and pray for a long time. The religious people go and pray for a long time. But Jumma is typically also associated with celebration, feasting, and so on. And Jumma is closely related in Bollywood to the word Chumma. So you are expected. It's like all the world is like that. You party on a Friday. So you said Jumme ka Chumma, or give me a Chumma on Jumma, or Jumme ka Vada, right? So the promise of a Friday. So Friday is a time when you all enjoy, right? You get into the weekend mood, right? So that's universal. And yeah, this is also a romantic word, right? So Jumma is the time when you are free to spend time with your significant other or love. And I came across this word Behram. There was a recent movie about India's space mission. I don't remember the name of the movie. It had Vidya Balan in it, and her son is actually interested in the Islamic world and words. So he says that the word Mars, or the word Martian, or the word Mangal is known in Arabic literature as Behram, right? So Behram actually means Mars or Mangal. And then we come to agriculture, or anything involving production. So that word is called fasal, and the Hindi people will call it kheti badi ya utpatti. In Urdu it is called as fasal. And then there is a word, again we go back to the king and queen times, called ghudsavar. We already discussed Fauji and Sainik. So Fauji, Sainik, Sipahi, right? So Ghudsavar is actually the cavalry, the knighthood, or so to say. So that is the cavalry. And then there is this word Salamat. Salamat actually means being hale and hearty, or in Hindi they will call it Swasth. So if somebody is Salamat, then he is safe and safe also. Yes, Swasth and safe. So you say Salamat ho. You ask a question, Kya tum Salamat ho? Are you all right? So that's the way you politely inquire about the person's well-being. Then we have the word Umda. Umda actually means the best, or sabse अच्छा. So when you say umda means give me the best you got. मुझे तुम्हारे दुकान का सबसे उम्दा चीज़ दिखाओ. Show me the best thing you have got in your shop. So that's like umda, right? So that is the meaning of the word umda. And then there is the word asma. So we already discussed tarkib and nuska, which is a method or which is a solution, and tarkib or nuska azmana means to use. Azma actually means to use. For the Hindi lovers, again it is prayog. So that is the meaning of the word azma. So we covered a lot of words today. This is Ram Kumar signing off from Essential Bollywood Vocabulary. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe and comment, and wait for my next 2 episodes in this General Words series. Thank you.